My name is Adreden, and today I'm just gonna do some Starbase for like a quick little stream. And then yeah, I just wanted to do a little bit of something because Metroid 5, basically, Metroid Dread comes out tomorrow, and you know, years ago it consumed my soul, so I have to do this. Basically, it's part of the contract with them having my soul. Okay. Um, so I have started this ship a while ago, and I just got to figure out which ship it is. I should have probably loaded this up. Oh, there it looks pretty obvious that it's this one. So I started it like 55 days ago, and then I took a little bit of work on it a couple days ago, just a smidgen. And yeah, anyways, if you haven't seen Starbase, this is one of the core features it has, which is building ships, and like building ships on a level of detail that is just insane. Like, no longer do you build with just blocks, you build with actual girders, and you have like elements that you add onto it, like this hard point, which then can connect to a thruster, and has like pipes and data slash electricity. You have these like engines, and not only are they just like engines, but they have like pieces inside of them that who knows, maybe one day will change, right? And you have to assemble all that, and there's multiple tiers of them, and it's just like mind blowing. It's basically something I've wanted. I've said it a number of times. It's something I've wanted since the Starship engineering skill in EVE Online many, many years ago. I was pretty irked that that didn't actually give me many options to do things. Yeah, anyway, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of this, and but I don't really know how much I can get done now. It kind of is a bit of stretching my own skill here, because this whole area here is all like, I mean, if we take a look at a ship from the Metroid series, I've just got to open a window on the other thing here. Close this window because I don't want it to make too much noise. Actually, I have some saved, I think, in a different file here. Yeah, let's just close all. Close this, close that, get out of here. And then I need this desktop and delete. And yeah, basically we are building something like this. And you can see it's like extremely curved and very hard to build, right? So it's gonna, this ship is more of like an inspired by ship, I think, is what it ultimately is gonna be. And there's different designs, right? So like this design doesn't have these little like vents here, but if I open up this design, you'll see that this person went and designed these little like slots here, and I've incorporated this into my current ship. And then there's like this lump is different than this lump, and it's all different in each one. So I'm just going to build something kind of what I can in Starbase. It's going to be similar but not quite right, I think. This is the rear part, but I'm not going to put the plasma engine in this one because that would be too big. And yeah, anyways, we're just gonna like mess around with things. I'll probably keep these off to the side here so that I can look at them. Maybe one more reference, which, see, this one might be a little more easier to attain because it's a lot more triangular. But at any rate, so yeah, I've wanted to kind of try to keep some of these sort of lines and lumps going on. And I've got this opening on the top, and I'm trying to build a bit of a windshield in the front. So anyway, we will see where this goes. I have most of it kind of just in my brain, so, but I mean, feel free to like look it up, and if you have any building tips and stuff, like, let me know, because, you know, I have built a few ships, and I can build them fairly strong. I don't really do much armor on my ships yet, because I just don't go into the PvP zone. But this one, you know, would require that. And it would be just a matter of, like, putting some on and painting it some kind of, like, yellow, I guess. But yeah, you know, things like this should work and fit on. It's just, I didn't, you know, I saw that this worked and decided that I was not going to just, you know, go crazy with this until I have more things ready. In fact, yeah, some of these don't quite work, so not there. Or maybe this other one does? That's probably, yeah, so that one seems to fit, but this one doesn't fit. So anyway, oh, I see. So yeah. Anyway, we'll get to that at some point. But at some point, I do wish to get this done. If we throw ourselves into the basically in-game mode or whatever, then we gotta, you know, see what this thing is like. We just sort of walk on its early skeleton. Goodbye. Nothing is bolted in yet except for the thrusters. Just because I wanted to see the ship integrity. So, come on, load it up. It's easier to see in the editor anyway. But yeah, I'm hoping to maybe build some kind of like mini elevator here with the slider things, so that I can go right like there, you know, and then it would, yeah. Anyway, maybe some sliding door hatch things that come out to the side. I don't know. We'll see. It's all kind of just an experiment that I think could be fun. But yeah, it's still pretty early, so we'll just keep on trying to figure it out. Yeah, so this part is kind of a tricky one, because you got that windshield, and I'm trying to give it these lines here. All right, you've got these lines here with this, like, I mean, I'm thinking like a 45-degree window could possibly work, but it's also slanted, like, you know, in this angle here, so it's just, there's a lot of complex geometry going on. It's hard to figure out. And I was kind of thinking, like, put the little pointy nose bit down here. I still might. I've got this piece. It's just a matter of maybe rotating it a couple degrees and finding a piece of armor to slap on here, though. I think what I'm going to have to do is kind of cheese the armor. I don't know exactly what is going to happen here, because if I go and I grab a plate and I grab, say, I don't know, let's grab something small for now. Maybe a bit bigger than that. Sure. Right. It starts to snap on there, but it snaps on this edge piece here. So, you know, what I might have to do is get a bunch of these, like, angled pieces and then have it extend up. Or maybe what I can do is turn off the snapping and hit the rotate and really torture myself to try to get it to, yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare, basically. Yeah, but basically something maybe like that, and then it would be copy, and then we slide it up. See, and how that kind of like gives it this sloped part here, but of course then it doesn't quite match up with that. So that's going to be interesting. So then we're probably going to have to do something. Yeah, see, we might not be able to even do it. You know? I was thinking I could just bolt right through there, but I don't know that that's actually going to work. So, yeah, anyway, it's, you know, a lot of experimental work, and what I feel like is, you know, it could lead to some cool designs for other ships that I want to make down the road, because, you know, I'm sure I'll learn something interesting and useful for shaping a ship in Starbase. Okay, so I have learned since I was building this that I can indeed bolt through these this way into this stuff, but also trying to figure out how to close this little V shape here where the glass isn't really visible. That is going to be something tricky that I don't quite know. Yeah, see, it always like snaps to various parts, right? But I should be able to do something like grab my bolting tool and bolt down like this. And then that should connect these two pieces, perhaps? It looks like it's in there. And I believe all this is welded together here. Okay, yeah, so they're welded, or maybe they're not welded. No, this isn't welded. So I'm gonna have to do some tricky stuff to get this all assembled here. Could it be... Does look like it's touching there. But maybe I just haven't welded that? I don't know. It's kind of tough to say. Some of these don't look welded on yet either, which is weird. How about we just do this and try to just apply to all? See what we get. Yeah, so, and of course, having these like stray beams right now doesn't really give us a fair indicator of what the ship's strength factor is. It's pretty low, but I mean, that's not a big deal. The reason it's happening is just because in Starbase, of course, if you don't know, the beams and stuff have to have two connections to something. So if I were to put a 24 in here, 24-inch beam or 24-centimeter beam, that'll probably bridge that, but it's tough to say. It's always a bit of a guesswork. And anyway, I'm guessing that I'm going to have all kinds of really oddly placed beams just to get the external armor on in the way I like. Now, the other option I have too is instead of trying to go and make it as crazy as this stuff here, right? Putting in all of these pieces of armor or beams, what I could possibly do is go minimalistic frame and have it just kind of just loosely shaped, rigid enough to fly, and put armor on it. You know, that could work too. So I am contemplating that as well. And then inside, of course, then it's a matter of putting in the various components and stuff kind of where they should match. Now, in one of the designs, it looked like the engines were up top here, right? And so that's fine, but it does make your ship's center of thrust a little bit odd. Now, everything is not quite... Okay, there it is right there. Isn't quite bolted in, so there's some things that are kind of tricky to see. So, for example, yeah, like this part here is its own part, and so it has its own center of mass right there, and it is just its own thing. Apparently something down here is its own thing too. Oh, this guy apparently is not bolted on there. Okay, weird. We'll just do a little bit of a light one. And we can always check too. Doesn't actually say. Yeah, 2.78. That's fine for now. I mean, whatever. So this is the ship's strength factor, is what it could be. But it's not even going to get that high until we actually start messing, start making it so that all those red and yellow beams are correctly positioned, eh? This, I believe, is a bit of a problem with the angles. Like, they just leave these tiny, tiny little smidgens, and like, I know people have spent the time to calculate some of these things out. But I don't have that kind of time. I've got family, and I just can't. Mind you, on the other hand, like, if I did know them and I actually had calculated them, it would be something that like I just could look up again and just figure it out. But yeah, whatever. I mean, I'll just keep playing until I figure this thing out. Anyway, I was also talking about the ship's center of thrust, right? And where did it go? And it's gone. Thought it was that purple dot, but maybe I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Weird. Well, I thought I saw it right around here, which kind of makes sense because these are the two thrusters and it's up here. Now, if that is the case, then yeah, I've got to like drastically lower it so that it's going to be probably closer to the center line here. So yeah, I guess what we can do is we can also try to figure out, now these images I taken off the internet. I don't claim any ownership of these at all. If I have to, I will do something about that. But yeah, so in this version of this particular ship, because she has had a couple of these gunships, and yeah, they're all a little bit different. So, but this is more the one that I like the best compared to the one in Metroid Zero Mission, and the one in Fusion is okay, I guess, but I like this style better. The one in Metroid Prime 1, I didn't like. I didn't like those gun things on the bottom of it, or rockets or whatever they were. Did not like that. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to try to put maybe a little bit of work onto these like lower sections here. Just trying to attach the lower part of everything here. So that's going to be some kind of circle-y do. And this, I don't quite know much either how exactly I'm going to achieve this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start here. And actually there's one in the front. Do the front one. We'll put it kind of like right underneath this thing at some distance. Now, you're probably going to want our straight beams and special beams. And now I just don't know. I mean, looking at the proportions of the ship, you know, those are 15-20% of the ship. So I'm thinking maybe a 30 symmetrical. See, all this stuff is just sort of me having you know, spent a lot of time in the game and just figuring stuff out. But yeah, in theory, what you can do is then kind of start making a circular thing, and we can also make it slightly larger if we add in various beams into it, right? Like if you have a 24 centimeter beam, that you can always stick that on something like the ends like this and make yourself a slightly bigger circle. I'm thinking I'm going to start with that anyway, just because it's probably going to be the case that I need it. Don't know for sure, but we'll find out. And view there. Yeah, and so this is kind of just the, you know, if I was building my own ship, I may not, like just from scratch, I may not worry so much about this stuff, but this is a very special build, so we're gonna try it. So up and over, and I gotta stop holding the shift key. But yeah, I would have loved to try to get this done, but then I've got other things I've got going on too, like programming a game somewhat in my free time. Trying. Well, we're getting things done, which is good. I just got a vector field calculation thing going recently. It needs some more refinement to work in the game environment more completely, but it is kind of cool. I like it, and I'm hoping that it will really make the game have really decent AI. Okay, so you can cut yourself a little bit of time by, if you make the right selection, which I think we're going to do these guys here, and then we're going to go up. We may even grab this guy and reattach it right in there like that. Good. And then we select this guy, and then we rotate it in one of its various angles. That isn't the right one, but maybe we can put this one here or something. It's always a bit of a mess. Shift down, good, and you there. Yeah, I think. There we go. Get the speed more, I think, when you're like very sure what you're up to. So, okay, so this one has that, so that's good. We can take this, do that, and yeah, if we were to subtract, I guess, this guy off, and that one already has one of those, so we could just maybe take that, but we do need it for this part here, so. Man, just keep on forgetting that little chunk. Okay, and yeah, that. So that should provide, you know, a circle. Now I don't know if it's the right size. I'm going to modularize this, and we're going to weld it. Apply to selection. Great. And then we're going to rotate this whole thing like that, and I just want to get like a rough idea. I mean, I think that's about the right size. It's just a guess. And then, I don't know, you'd move it somewhere down in. Yeah, maybe it's actually too small. But on the other hand, it kind of looks all right. Anyways, it's just sort of an inspired ship, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect at this point. And then, let's see here. Those go pretty far out, probably roughly here, because it kind of looks like it's, let's see, not quite centered on the ship, unless you count this as kind of the whole thing. Yeah, see, I feel like maybe the ring I made is this middle section here, and maybe you can make a bigger ring for the upper part. Quite doable, I should think. Let's see, other pictures that I've got. Maybe this one? Well, we'll get some rough placement for now, and we'll just see where that goes. So, let's take this module and we will move it to maybe there. This floor is kind of annoying. All right. I'm gonna guess there-ish. No, it's gonna be quite the feat, I think, to organize that so that it's, you know, symmetric. What maybe I would do is come down with some sort of piece and mirror it on this side. Of course, in the middle where it comes to meet, there's no guarantee it'll meet right, and so it'll be a matter of, I don't know, welding in some beams or something in a wonky fashion to kind of get it to kind of stay where it is. I don't know. Ooh, don't do that. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move these down and maybe try to put some curves on these when I'm done with that part. So anyway, it looks like none of these, well, this back two aren't welded, so we'll just apply that to those selections. Now those are all their own little welded bits. Great. And that kind of gives us, I guess, a rough guesstimate of, I guess, a possible engineering floor. I don't really know what's on the inside of Samus's ship, because really the only time they've showed that I know, but I could be wrong, more of the inside parts are when she goes to the cockpit, which is, you know, somewhat here, but, and it has tons of like terminals and stuff, and that's mostly in, I think, Metroid Prime 3. So yeah, okay, so that one does now kind of stay there. That's good. That one does also kind of stay there for some reason. Good, good. Gravity. But yeah, there's this other issue here I'm having where, like, down, down, down. If I have the slope here, you can see that this is going to basically go down and probably intersect right around this node here, maybe a bit closer to the front. So I don't know, I've got to either bring everything forward, I guess the equivalent amount of this, roughly, up over here, and then hope that it aligns kind of like this, and then we'll go back like that. But then, I don't know, it could just, but yeah, this is why I have to say it is more of a Metroid Samus Aran inspired ship, because some versions have the front to be very kind of like down and pointed out, right? Whereas other versions, like this person's version, right? I'm guessing that this nose is a big nose. It's a big bird nose. You know, not that I can guarantee this is a Chozo ship. I kind of doubt that at all. Though it does kind of have the same feel as Samus's suit compared to other ships she has flown. So I don't really know. But yeah, you know, you guys can also let me know. Nope, over here, please. What you think about these options here. Because, I mean, I still might try it. But we'll see. Okay, so those little round pods on the bottom, they mostly, oh yeah, there's another resource we could do. We could load up a like a 3D website that has, this is what I think I did last time. Let's see, did this, and we'll do that, and we'll go 3D model Samus gun ship. Okay, images. So yeah, I think I was looking at this guy here, and once you load this up in Sketchfab, you can actually like take a look at it, right? So by continuing to browse Sketchfab, you agree to the use of cookies for advertising and audience measurement purposes. No, I'm not gonna click your thing. Yeah, so on this particular version, you can see how like it kind of goes down, and it's actually a steeper angle than what I've got. But maybe it would be better because then we could extend these side windows out. Yeah, I don't know. And then yes, of course, in this version, these engines are lower, and this keeps on arcing back, right? Which is something to consider. But yeah, getting all these complex curves in, it's just like, heavens forbid you tried to build the Flight of the Navigator ship. We actually find that Flight of the Navigator. There it is. Imagine trying to build this thing. This would be tricky. I mean, no, I guess that's not that bad. It's a bit maybe easier. I guess it would just be hard to blend in some of these curves. Of course, skinning it would be brutal, but anyway, I will leave this open over on my other screen and just take a bit more time to develop something on here. Also, yeah, the way that Starbase handles thrusters and stuff is going to be just visually different, right? There's no way around it that I know of, because there's nowhere to hide these thrusters and stuff, right? So I'm just going to put them wherever I kind of think they'll go. You know, I put this one here because it's sort of, you know, fairly far out from the center of the body, so it should give enough torque to rotate the ship, but, you know, we'll find out. And then, I guess the underside of the ship's not a big deal because it's got, you go forward. You know, it's kind of got this weird flatness to it. So just putting them basically anywhere I think is okay. We put one like back here, maybe one's out there. Maybe we could just say that those are thrusters. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so if we wanted the front part. What I might do is continue working on this window and just bringing it to sweep back a little bit. How on earth am I going to get it to do this? If I maybe copy some of these curves into this. No, I don't know. See, it's just a bunch of like, I don't know, messing around with things until it kind of fits, I think. Okay. Okay, what can I do here? We can use, see if we bring it back this way and down, then it kind of goes into the ship, which isn't really what we want. It's just, yeah, the curves might be just too complicated. We might just have to kind of fudge it. On the other hand, what we might be able to do is build a more solid frame, more rectangular, and then use the armor plating to give it the appearance, right? That was kind of another thought, right? So if we were to do that, I guess what we might do is, well, let's just try some things and just see where we get. And I expect this to be kind of lots of odds and ends where things don't really work. but they might. They might. Or we could learn something else for another ship in the future. Okay. Anyway, guys, I see there's a few people lurking. That's cool. You can lurk as long as you want. You don't need to chat. But if you do, you're totally welcome to chat. Ooh, my seat. My chair is not very comfortable. I really do need a new one. Okay, before this, let's just get let me just rotate this one so that I can see it. This is where it's kind of nice when you're working in like Blender or something, because you can have like an image right in the background that you're looking at. You can actually have it at various different angles, right? You could put it in orthographic view and then just view it from like the side, the front, the top, the bottom, etc. And you know, 3D model the vector points, right? Like the vertices right to whatever you need. Yeah, anyway. Okay, let's take a bigger view here. Yeah, I think See, because like what I'd have to do here is if I wanted this to be pulled in, which I could do, I could reduce the length of these beams a little bit on both sides, like, or of all of these beams, you know, possibly, so that it fit better. But it's so questionable, because like this fits pretty well. Like, this is actually a pretty good curve. I think what I'm gonna do is move this chunk here forward. I don't know. We'll see. So to do that, I guess what I'll do is I'll take this and we will move it till its slope more closely matches this, roughly. Yeah. Sure. We'll see. Okay. And then we'll just extend this relative structure up. Don't know what I want to do here. See, because this one has what is that? A 3 connection? Yes, 3. A 3 connection point beam there that goes over to this. Basically, just to make it kind of have a scoop looking thing. Whereas this, I don't think I need that. I do want this to come arc down, so maybe we'll leave that as is. And yeah, we'll just move this over here. This guy here, maybe throw in a 24 centimeter here. Oh, wow, look at that. Is that actually, or is there like a wee little spacing? That looks pretty good. It felt like it snapped right in there, so that's kind of rare. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Though I don't have much confidence in trying to match that lower part here up with this. I think it's gonna be basically a nightmare. I don't know. Nope. Apply to all. Thank you. Okay. And don't remember why I put this here. I might end up removing this later. Okay. So I want to kind of connect these up. What could I do? You could do maybe a T with an intersection, like maybe one of these. I mean, you can just use like a 24. 24 is a kind of like the bridging of everything, but they're just sort of like, I don't know. They work, I guess. We'll do it for now. This trick though is less, I don't know. It's fine, I guess. I've done it enough. Okay, so sometimes, yeah, you can move them forward and have them snap, but sometimes what will happen is that then they will be snapping to the wrong thing, and then you'll see a little gap here, and you're like, ow, Tabernacle, or whatever, you know, you're just cruising up your own storm there. So what I'm going to do is hit Shift-C, and we're going to, it causes it, I think, to unsnap. Sometimes it doesn't always work. And just hope that that's actually connected. And we're going to weld that beam. Bam! That does the correction for us, right? It's kind of a bit of a nightmare there. And I don't know. I don't exactly know, like, when to say it's good. Just like if it looks it's like it's kind of disappearing inside this other beam, then it's almost too far, but can sometimes weld on. Anyway, so there's that. That gives us, yeah, our ship strength isn't going up. Excuse me. It won't go up until, like, you know, we've dealt with this, this, and this. Okay, so now these aren't anywhere near the right beam for this job, now that I've stretched out the front a bit. I don't know. Also, guys, if you have comments about changing the format of this particular games stream, that's cool with me, because I have never streamed Starbase before. I used to stream 7 Days to Die a lot, and other games like Valheim, but Starbase, especially this is just a totally different. Like, we're here to just try to figure out how to build a ship, you know. And it's this isn't even like fast, right? Because it's a bunch of like angular stuff where it could take me weeks to figure it out if I was really OCD about it. But I kind of want to find a happy medium between taking all the time ever and just making a ship that is inspired by Metroid, I think. So but yeah, like I'm quite happy with how like these parts kind of turned out. Like that looks, I think, pretty good. And then this is okay. Yeah. And then it's just, but then the front part of the ship just kind of falls apart. And I like the this part here. Once I get a nice little elevator ramp, elevator going in here, if I can eventually figure that out. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. The next. Did I really do this? Is this really a trick? Really? Okay. Sorry. I gotta try something out here. This cannot be a thing. Can it? Alt C. One of those there. Put one there. No way. No. Okay. Unless it's like it's got to be rotated. To snap on? Or is it something to do with these ones' length? Why is this one fine, but it hates this one? Okay. Well, let's delete you and you and find out what we can figure out with this. Let's try that. Just seems weird that it's working here. Maybe it's because it's so close to all this. I don't know. Huh. Yeah, okay. I don't have an answer for that weirdness. It would be a cool little trick to beat the structural integrity stuff. But whatever. Alright. Yeah. Weird. Okay. What next are we gonna do, guys? So the windshield on the Samas ship itself, like it might come down lower. It's kind of hard to tell. It probably would be nice to have a bigger view, right? Like if we have our chair probably here, it would be nice to be able to see down to there-ish. Of course, we could always like see about elevating it slightly and moving it forward some too. So many considerations whilst building ships in Starbase. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. I think I have to move this down though. One notch, maybe this out. I don't know. I gotta figure out. I gotta patch this hole. I think it's still on the same plane, so should be able to put a plate there once we get them realigned here. Okay, you. Let's try to move over one and up one. Oh, come on. So that puts all that in the right place. Can we move them both like... Oh, come on. Oh. No. It's either like one or the other. There. Anyway, we're endoskeletons. What the heck do we care? If we're not exactly in the right, you know, if everything is sealed. I mean, sure, there's like corrosive gases and stuff, which we should worry about, I guess. There and there-ish. Okay. I just pressed the Q button. I don't think I generally press the Q button, but apparently it makes it disappear. Good to know. Even after like hundreds of hours in this editor, I'm still learning things. Also, if you guys want to see my other ship that I'm working on, we could do that too. Just let me know. Because I don't know if I'm going to be streaming for too much longer. It's pretty late here, and I should go to bed. Got stuff, lots of stuff to do tomorrow. But yeah, I've been working on, just as a sort of a personal goal, to build a ship that has like a strength of 300-ish, over 300 ship strength factor, and I'm basically almost done it. I'm just sort of, I wanted to have some mining lasers in the front. I'm just like been greebling over that for a couple days, because I've been trying to like not play this game like a lot so that I can get other things done in my life, and just sort of go at a steady measured pace that you know, I get a little bit done each day and just be happy with that kind of thing. But because Metroid Dread is coming out soon, I'm just like, yeah, I kind of want to work on this ship, you know. Okay, I feel, I don't know what I feel. How am I going to do this? How? Okay, what other kind of curved plates we got? curved plates. Got all kinds of curved plates like this. And pyramid plates. Maybe we'd need some of those special plates. Yeah, I haven't really done a lot of armoring yet. It's kind of like the one major area that I've sort of just put aside. I've done like some armor plates on my ships so far, but for the most part I just haven't left the safe zone, so it's not my big concern. And a ship like this is kind of in that same realm where, like, I don't know how many times I would actually bring it out of the hangar. I guess it would depend on, you know, if it has thrusters that goes down, maybe I could bring it to the moon. If there's enough space for a fast travel drive. Actually, let's make a pretty cool bulkhead if I want to work on that. That's my go to bed alarm. We'll just dismiss that for a moment. I'm going to leave that there just for a bit of a reminder that that's what we might do. So much just questioning. So another thing, I used to work in a machine shop when I was like in my early 20s. There was some really cool machines. And one of them, the cool ones that I was introduced to, was like a pipe bender. Basically, you just put a giant long pipe. I don't know. I think ours had like a limit of 30 feet, like something like that. Maybe it was 6 meters. I don't know. And yeah, you basically just like program the computer to bend it to X angle. It just figures out like, just like extrudes it along as the whole thing curves, and it's just like just beautiful curves. Anyways, lots of like engineering science to that to make it so that the curves don't suck, but depends on if they're decorative or if they're, you know, structural too. Anyway, it'd be cool if there was like a way to have cool like curved pipes in this. Like, I don't know how, I mean, I guess what you could do is you could kind of have, so the computer lingo here, curved Bézier's curves or something in the game that pipes had to conform to or something, but I don't know. Okay. If we have two plates on the window like this, beams, special beams. Let me just try with, well, it slopes back pretty quick, so I am guessing some of these. Maybe we do this with a little bit of this. This is kind of the angle I want. Maybe with a little bit more like that. That's what I want. But to do that, I guess what we need to do is put it on this way and it goes up. I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's just put this thing on and just see what happens. Yeah, see, it comes up, which is kind of cool. Kind of works, but then where's this thing at? This is a tricky thing to work out too. Where are you snapping to? Oh, the edge of the glass. Oh. Okay. How about then we move one more this way. And And then like that. Okay. So it might be better to put the glass in if one is to do complex curved glass enclosures, might be something better to do at the very end, because snapping and stuff is just a bugger. Okay, so first let's attach this, and then I'm going to rotate it towards, back in towards the thing, I think. Yeah, and then I guess rotate it down if we can. Okay. All right. Though, in one of the designs I made, adding these two twists after one another really messed with my ability to reconnect it to anything later on, because it was like, yeah, just so many different angles connecting. It was kind of a nightmare. But I don't know. Maybe it won't be so bad. You know, maybe it might just be okay just to have it come up for a bit, and then we do another complex curve backwards. We'll see. Okay, so let's move this off, and I want to rotate it probably in a way that it doesn't really want to rotate. Okay, a bit of both of these might get me where I want. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. That won't be hard to attach anything to, right? That'll be simple. So simple. Sure, why not? Let's just throw something on there like a 96. Just see what that does for us. Okay. Okay. Huh. Wow, it truly hates this. Okay. So it just cannot conform to that angle. It just utterly hates it. Huh. Well, this is why it's kind of fun building weird ships, because just learn weird things. Okay. I mean, I think that'll weld. Probably, right? Should. Okay. Maybe. Maybe not. I mean, I think it might not actually even be straight on there. Huh. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe someday Starbase will have the ability to get these interesting curves in. For now, it's a bit of a thing. And then, of course, if we want to undo this, we got to grab like this, and then we got to like reverse that whole thing, which, oh man, how do we even transform that? Guess it's like, I don't know. You know, one thing we might try though is turning off the snapping and trying to get it to be more precise. No. I said turn off the snapping. Or you could just leave it on. Sure. Why not? Oh, ooh, ooh. What's this? Oh, nope. It just shifted the brake to another angle. Hmm. Then if we remove this over here and over there, just making it worse. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So how are we gonna do a Metroid inspired window in Starbase? Because it's just like not easy. Hmm. Well, I'm just going to continue this, and we'll see how this goes. I'm going to delete these little bits right there for now. Excuse me. And then what? I guess what I'll try to do is just try to bring all this together here somewhere. Let's find a pilot share stand. Snapping is turned off. Snapping is now back on. Pilot share. Yeah, let's just do a quick bolt job on those guys. You go, and then F5 and hop in. Yeah, I feel like all of this is in the way. Let me see here. Let's pull up Metroid Prime 3 cockpit view. Will that give me what I want? Sort of. There's one. Let me bring this over somehow. It's brought me to some sort of game emulator station place. Anyway, I'll just save this and then we'll just open it up. Save image to desktop, delete, and save in there. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, in this one anyway, it does kind of like look like it goes down a bit. And you got a pretty decent view. Yeah, it might not be so bad. If I extend this glass down a little bit more, I can just have it so that from here it looks like everything lines up right there. And that's not so bad. I think that would be okay. We might change these pieces of glass out for something longer. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Of course, yeah, then we need to have a way to walk out of there, I guess, but that's fine. Hmm. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there because it's kind of a good reference point, and I can continue to work on that. This was a 192 and 192 window. Oh wait, I also like doing this, that. You know, I don't even think I really took a look out to the side here. See, I think that would be enough. Like, I've built some other ships where the view wasn't amazing or anything. But I think that's enough of a view for this ship. I don't think this is going to be like something you're going to go out and use as a fully functional ship. It would be cool. It would be cool if you could build it into a functional gunship. But gunship is probably a weird term. I assume this is a Chozo ship and it's in the game probably got some weird weapons that just don't even necessarily need points. Though some of them have those like points, kind of like down in here. They've got some guns and stuff. So, I don't know. And what do we got here? You. Trying to think of how to put in this guy over there. Though a small hard point would probably be nice for two thrusters kind of down in here. Oh boy. Okay. Anyways, if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. Lets me know that I might do this content more often, or something similar. Because, like I said, this is the first time I've ever streamed Starbase, and I know that other people have streamed shipbuilding and have been successful with it, so, you know, I figured I'd give it a try. Though this ship is a bit different. But I do think I should probably head off for the night, so what I'm going to do is save it and just give you guys a quick tour of the other ship that I'm working on at the moment. Just real quick. And then we'll go. But the other ship I'm working on is this one here. Yeah, it used to be warp class, so this is WC, but now it's ship's strength factor. So this is an overbuilt ship, and I did that on purpose because I really wanted to like learn what it took to build like a very strong ship, right? So if we look at this ship, at the moment it's actually got not a very good. Oh, because I've been attaching all this crap here. Yeah, so just to show you what I'm talking about, here we'll take you and you and you. We'll delete you guys, and then we'll take you and delete you guys. Bam. Now you're not part of the ship no more. Yeah, so basically my goal is to keep the ship strength factor over 300 with this ship. Totally overkill. Absolutely overkill. But it's been an interesting exercise in learning like the intricacies of bolting everything and how to bolt it and how not to use too many bolts and what really matters and stuff. Because it's like you get like these weird things where like you are you know, they say they're gonna disconnect, but they have like more bolts in them than like some of these guys down here, and you're just like, yeah, I don't know if you would disconnect anymore. And yeah, some of these things are actually, you know, they stay on pretty well. Things like the YOLO script things are, you know, not too bad. They just require like extra bolts, but I found that the worst part was these friggin' engines. To get it up that high, you needed to like seriously do some bolting here, and it's not just the number of bolts, it's like where it connects. Like there's a piece in here that has an edge here and an edge here, but you know, it kind of, I think it goes in like this, but you can't bolt along it because it actually reduces just the ship strength. And so yeah, I spent like way too many hours learning about how to bolt this sucker together. Yeah, see, I don't even think these two probably don't do anything. I don't know. What were we at? What's our ship strength here? 311, 96. Yeah, see? Good to know. It's kind of just, you know, sometimes it makes sense. Like, you can look at it and you're like, oh, those bolts don't actually go into this other piece, therefore it's, you know, not necessary. But, you know, getting these edges and stuff seems to be super critical. Anyhow, guys, if you enjoyed... Oh, Ben Gaming! How's it going, dude? I was about to end my stream because it's pretty late for me, but... Oh, you know, that may not actually be affecting it, because the ship strength used to be a lot higher. So if I do that, I may not be able to see it. Anyways, I gotta put all those bolts back and then reattach that. There we go. There we go. Back down to really bad ship strength. But it's because I haven't bolted all this stuff in properly. Like, I just put this on in the last 2 days, just slowly building things up here. But anyway, that's sort of another project of mine. But so people are more interested in seeing just general ship builds, you know. And this is like obviously like the difference between this ship being super boxy versus my other ship, like that Samas ship, being like extremely curvy. You know, it's a huge difference in how one designs it. Because like one can build these simple like single axial radii, but doing like a dual axial radii, it could be it could be a little worse. So I've seen some cool designs out there. I should study them a bit more. I am doing well, Ben. How are you? Yeah, anyway, I also added some solar cells just because I was curious, and it's got the converter down there. So I'm gonna, you know, this is kind of an experimental ship for me. It's built, I'm gonna bring it out into the safe zone and put a starbase up, and then I'm going to just sort of fiddle around near it. And, you know, I've learned a lot from this design, but I need more engines for the next ship. I'm not even going to bother doing it with this, because if I want the strength to stay up high, I've got to do this insane amount of bolting, and it just takes way more time. Whereas your standard bolt pattern most of the time will be plenty of strength for your ship design, right? So it's just a consideration. But yeah, I've done the super annoyingly hard ship. I think one of the next ships I'm going to do is a stealth ship. I don't know how well it's going to go because I haven't really done much PvP. So I might build also like a tiny ship and just see what PvP is like, and then build the stealth version. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much that. Save. No, don't save. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, that was a little bit of progress on it. I think it's got enough of the flavor of it. It's just a matter of really working on this like contoured area right in this front, kind of like its cheeks. Its front facial cheeks are kind of like missing huge swaths of stuff in it. I think basically it's going to have to be flat plates put on in interesting ways. I don't know any other way to do it, but I hope to learn some cool stuff. So maybe we'll get some really cool ships down the line based off of learning what I can here. All right, guys. Well, like I said, hit the like button if you enjoyed. I'm gonna head off for the night, and hopefully I can do some programming on my own game tomorrow. I think I will have an opportunity for that, so I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of this. If you want to see more Moons of Madness or 7 Days to Die. Can't guarantee it'll be anytime soon for any of the particular games because it's just sort of as I work through things. And if you want to keep praised of my upcoming game, which is sort of an underwater survival game in the deep. Anyway, we'll get back to that another time. So, yes, I will see you guys.